In terms of, and it's very good that you asked me that question. There have been cases where police officers attached to VIPs have misused their firearm. Sometimes almost to their own detriment. You know, sometimes they can easily find themselves in the way of harm because of how they have used their firearm. So let me say this, that any security measure taken by the National Police Service is, as I say, to avoid a crisis. If a police officer attached to VIP is working with goons, what is the best thing to do is to, first of all, get them away from this crowd of goons so that we can be able to deal with the goons decisively. And I want to warn all police officers, including those attached to VIPs, that the fact that you have been attached to a certain VIP does not make you part and parcel of his campaign, part and parcel of his ideologies, part and parcel of his criminal plans. You need to know that at any one time you remain an officer of the National Police Service. So if there are any people who have been withdrawn, it must be in relation to the planned violence and the recent violent confrontations, and the fact that some of these police officers have been found in the middle of goons, facilitating goons, transporting, hiring. And it's not enough that they have been withdrawn. A disciplinary action will be taken against them. And if the charges are proven, they will lose their jobs. They will be relieved of their responsibilities within the National Police Service. So it's not enough even to complain that they have been withdrawn. It may also be that those police officers may never go back to their jobs if it is found that they were facilitating violence in any part of our country. So those are security measures. Those are efforts that we are trying to take to avert violence tonight and tomorrow, because we know we have the National Police Service and the security team have the intelligence, and they know who is doing what where, and that's why such measures must be taken. As to whether police officers will be involved in interfering in elections, we want to ask every Kenyan, if you see a single police officer interfering with any voter, please report to their commanders or report to us, or share the information publicly through the media, because we do not encourage any police officers to engage themselves on electoral malpractices. The job of the police officer is just to maintain law and order and facilitate Kenyans to exercise their constitutional rights.
Are you saying that this
I thought she was. Are you still asking? You answered. Okay. Then finally, Ben.
Yeah, I'm asking, are you saying that this is the exact reason for Natembeya's security meeting? Like, do you have specific details?
I am aware that not just Natembeya, but I'm aware that a number of VIPs on both sides of the political divide, their security have been withdrawn by the National Police Service, because the National Police Service have a report that their officers or the officers attached to them are involved in criminal activities. Some who may be seen to be leaning to one side of political divide have chosen to keep quiet and not to share publicly what the police have done, with the intention of intimidating voters not to come and vote and spreading fear. That person is not just a criminal, but is a potential terrorist. And therefore, we will take the highest legal action to make sure that we protect the voters and to protect the vote. And we mean it. We mean it. And I want to ask all the voters of Kenya, all the voters in this constituency, voters in different places where we have by-elections in wards and constituencies and counties, that please exercise your right peacefully. Once you vote, go home. There is no business that you are protecting any vote. We will not allow loitering around polling stations in the name of protecting votes or canvassing. Once you finish with your vote, go home, wait for the results. In any case, there is no value in going to loiter around a tallying center, because elections end in a polling station and the results are already known and they are protected. You don't have to carry them physically to the tallying center. It can be tallied anywhere and it can be announced anywhere. It doesn't have to be that you're going to interfere with the tallying center for you to get anything. You get nothing. With the technology applied in elections now, you know that the polling station is the final station. So you can't tell us that you're waiting at a tallying center to protect our vote. There's nothing to protect. The vote ends at the polling station and it is counted and announced in the polling station. I want to request everybody to keep peace and to go home, wait for your candidate. If he succeeds, you celebrate. If he doesn't, you plan for the next elections. That's all I'd like to say. Yeah.
One question. There have been accusations.
Who told you I'll take questions?
There have been concerns of allegations, let me say that, from the opposition that security agencies have taken a partisan position. A case in point is what happened in Narok. The opposition claims that the police were involved in stopping them holding their final rally. What is your response on that?
It is expected, of course, that some people make just allegations, and those are unsubstantiated allegations. First, the situation of Narok was very clear. When we realized that there was going to be a clash between two groups, when the National Police Service realized as such, the security team advised that both camps should stop the violent rallies because it was turning violent. So one partner wanted to continue anyway, yet the other agreed to follow the advice of the County Security Committee. So it was for the benefit and for the protection of the same people who were complaining and the Kenyans who wanted to turn up for the rallies peacefully. We were protecting them against the violent confrontation what was going to ensue because of this very same issue that I've told you, that some people were mobilizing young people to engage in acts of violence so that then they can blame in the police service. At least we are happy that someone is blaming us at the comfort of his house peacefully, no injuries, no death. It would have been a different story if we had allowed the situation to proceed and people die. People would have asked, where was the intelligence, where were the security, why did security take preventive action? So we are happy to take every preventive action. That's why we're here today, because we want to take preventive actions instead of waiting until something happens for you to come and give explanations as to who caused it and who was organizing and so forth. Every information the National Police Service gets, every intelligence information